They say hunger can humble a man, but power reveals his true heart. This is not just a story about poverty. It is a story about memory, gratitude, and regret that comes too late. This is the story of a beggar who forgot where he came from, and an old friend who helped him rise, only to be repaid with evil. Once upon a time, in a bustling town where traders shouted and buses honked endlessly, lived a man named Tund. But people no longer called him by his name. They called him that beggar near the junction. Tund slept under an abandoned kiosk. His clothes were torn, his beard wild, his eyes dull with shame. Yet this was not how his life began. Years ago, Tund was known as a brilliant young man, sharp-tongued, ambitious, and proud. He had dreams bigger than his hometown. He left with promises. But life happened. Bad business decisions, wrong friends, alcohol, pride. One failure turned into 10. One borrowed loan became a chain. Soon, doors stopped opening. Phones stopped ringing. Friends disappeared. And before Tund realized it, he was on the street, begging for coins from people who once greeted him with respect. Each morning he sat at the junction, bowl in hand. "Anything for God's sake," he would whisper. Most ignored him. Some insulted him. Few dropped coins without looking. And each time shame burned his chest. One hot afternoon, a black SUV slowed near the junction. The beggar looked up and froze. The man who stepped out wore simple but expensive clothes. His face was calm, his eyes observant. His name was Cunnel. Tund stared harder. This was the same Cunnel who once shared a mattress with him during their struggling days. The same Cunnel who used to lend him notebooks in school. The same Cunnel he once mocked for being too cautious. Cunnel recognized him instantly. "Tund?" he asked softly. The beggar dropped his bowl. Shame flooded his face. Cunnel did not laugh. He did not judge. Instead, he knelt beside him. "My brother, what happened?" Tund broke. Right there on the roadside he cried like a child. Cunnel listened. And when Tund finished, Cunnel said something that would change everything. "Come home with me." Cunnel didn't just give money. He gave restoration. He cleaned Tund up, bought him clothes, fed him, let him sleep in his guest room. Then Cunnel went further. He helped Tund start a small logistics business using his own connections. He introduced him to people. He even signed documents in trust. "Work hard," Cunnel said. "This is your second chance." Tund promised. "I will never forget this," he said. "You saved my life." Within a year, the business grew. Within 2 years, Tund was no longer poor. Within 3 years, he was wealthy. Cars, respect, influence. But something changed. He stopped answering Cunnel's calls quickly. He began to feel ashamed of his past. Ashamed that someone remembered him as a beggar. Gratitude slowly turned into resentment. One day, an opportunity came, a huge government contract. But there was a problem. Cunnel's name was attached to Tund's business documents. A competitor whispered to Tund, "As long as Cunnel is involved, you will never be fully in control." That seed fell on fertile ground. Tund plotted. He forged documents, claimed sole ownership, used lawyers to push Cunnel out. Worse still, he accused Cunnel of fraud. Cunnel was shocked when he was arrested. The same man he lifted from the dust had buried him in disgrace. When Cunnel confronted him, Tund said coldly, "Business is business. Don't act like you're my savior." Those words broke something in Cunnel forever. Life has a way of balancing scales. The truth came out. The forged documents were exposed. The contract was revoked. Investors pulled out. Tund lost everything. Worse still, he lost trust. Friends vanished again. Phones stopped ringing again. Soon, the same junction saw a familiar face. But this time, the shame was heavier. Tund remembered Cunnel's kindness, his patience, his silence, and regret crushed him. One rainy evening, Tund found Cunnel's house. He knelt at the gate, cried, begged. "I was blind," he said. "Greed ruined me." Cunnel looked at him for a long time, then said, "I forgave you the moment you betrayed me. But forgiveness doesn't cancel consequences. Kunnel helped him again, but not with money. He helped him find honest work. No shortcuts, Kunnel said. No entitlement. Tund accepted, because this time he knew help is a gift, not a weapon. Tund never became rich again, but he became humble. And sometimes humility is wealth. Never repay kindness with evil. Gratitude keeps doors open. Ingratitude destroys destinies, because the hand that lifts you today may be the only one willing to lift you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.